Yes, let's do it. It's Chang Dance taking on HT Family.
That's right, guys. Let's hop right into the action. We're hopping in with this nice Yeti smash, but we also have bats in here, Judo. So this is going to be a Yeti bat attack. A lot of times you're going to see that wall wrecker come in to help open up the walls as we set the edge here with this Warden Walk.
Yes, and I always like to see a nice confident start, so alongside the Warden, you can see the Yeti's already used to set the funnel, a couple of coconut balloons in order to test for any of the black bombs, so definitely a confident start for Chang Dance here, Bash.
That's right, and here we go with that wall wrecker heading right up to the middle. Not a ton of Yetis to follow that wall wrecker in, but with the heroes and those bowlers, it's going to have a nice strong force right through the middle. That town hall is going to go down, securing the first star, using that Warden's Eternal Tome to protect the bowlers throughout there. Does have a lot of work to do, however. There's a lot of splash damage up on this base. When you're using the bats, you need to be aware of things like the scatter shots and the wizard towers, because one shot from either of those can take out the whole pack of bats.
Absolutely, but he is pushing in towards the scatter shots. The second one is about to go down, and you will notice wizard towers are spread around the outside of the base, Bash, which allows him to use an ice golem, saving onto the freeze spells, and the bats are already tearing through this base.
Yeah, those bats are making a dominant path through here. That Ice Golem did a great job distracting that first Wizard Tower. We also see the Royal Champion in here accompanying the bats along. First free spell goes down on that Wizard Tower. Second free spell on that same Wizard Tower. The problem here is we don't have a free spell for that last Wizard Tower, and the Eagle Artillery is still up. The Royal Champion Seeking Shield helps out a little bit. The final shot goes down on the Inferno. Oh, the Wizard Tower stays up, Judo, but this still looks really good. Royal Champion's got a lot of health.
They just needed to get the single target Inferno for the Royal Champion, and they did. We will be starting off with the 3-star. He has a lot of troops around the board. The Grand Warden Queen with that brand new pirate skin, which is going to be for the next month's Gold Pass, alongside the Royal Champion MVP, starting this one off with a 3 stars, Bash.
That was such a nice attack. Didn't quite go the way it was planned with the bats on the back end, but that Royal Champion had enough with that Seeking Shield to weaken down those final few defenses and finish it off. Oh my goodness, that's how you want to start a war here. A 3-star for Chang Dance. That's going to put a lot of pressure on HT Family. Oh man, I was worried that there weren't a lot of Yetis to push through the middle of the base, but it didn't matter. It was enough to get right through there, get to those scatters, and the bats just carved around the outside of this base. What a beautiful start to this war.
Yeah, well, I think you said it perfectly there. The Yetis only needed to get to the scatter shot. Once they were down, that's the splash damage gone from the center of the base, and it's all concentrating on the wizard towers. But now we have HT Family on response, and we are having an Electro Dragon attack.
We've seen this in the past where Electro Dragons can be very successful. We're going with just a straight up traditional E-Drag attack. E-Dragons with rages and freezes. Remember, with those Electro Dragons, you want to be aware of those sweepers, because if the sweeper pushes the Electro Dragon out of range, it's not going to be able to fire off a shot. We do have an early Grand Warden's Eternal Tome here as we're working through the Town Hall, and look at all of these Clan Castle troops coming out here, Judo. I saw a couple Headhunters in there, there's Archers, there's Baby Dragons. It's going to slow up this E-Dragon push through the middle of the base.
Oh, they're doing a lot of damage, but more importantly, they are clumping the Electro Dragons together, which means the Eagle Artillery will be able to do a lot of damage. As you mentioned, the early Grand Warden's ability means he may struggle towards the back-end single-target Infernos. It is all to do with how the Electro Dragons can move through the next couple of layers of buildings.
Yeah, and here they go with the rage on through that Queen with the freeze, making sure the E-Drags get that Queen and that scatter shot down. Now they need to focus and get that Eagle Artillery down. They do, but there are three single target Infernos there. I didn't see the third one. The World Champion is not going to be able to help get through those with only one free spell remaining. I think this one's going to fall just short for Hilo here. World Champion's going to do her best, but I don't think with that King protecting that last single Inferno, I don't think she's going to have enough, even with that Seeking Shield.
Yes, and even with the freeze spell, I like the idea of saving onto the Royal Champion. Just in case the Electro Dragons got pulled to the left or the right, he could adapt and send her into a different single target Inferno. But as you mentioned, it is just going to fall short. The benefit is that the Royal Champion is a defense targeting hero, so it has cleared a lot of trash buildings on the outside for the baby dragon to try and up the percentage here for HT Family.
Yeah, remember, every single percentage point counts. You don't want to give up. You want to make sure you get every little last percentage points. That baby dragon going to try to stay out of range of the single and barely gets in that little range. Oh my goodness, the baby going to get melted, and it looks like we got a 77% 2-star here from Hilo. Oh man.
Yes, 77% 2-star is just not what they need right now, especially when Chang Dance came out of the gates absolutely swinging with 100% triple. It's going to be an uphill climb from now for HT Family, Judo.
It certainly will be, but Chang Dance are next up to attack, and they need to keep the pressure on. We mentioned the Champions War League, the community event. They had a 50% hit rate in their previous matchup. That is 1 triple out of every 2 attacks, so pretty impressive, but they'll be wanting to make it 2 out of 2 here, Bash, as they are attacking with a hybrid style attack.
Yeah, taking advantage of the Queen Charge Hybrid, one of the most popular attacks in the game right now. We see this where the Queen will come in here. She's going to get massive value from her Queen Charge, Queen Walk, working her through that middle of the base. We got the Blimp coming in to take down the Clan Castle. That's also going to serve a double purpose here, as it's going to pull off the Clan Castle. And it looks like we had sneaky goblins in there to take down the Town Hall. Rage up on the Queen. Do need to be aware of that Inferno Dragon, as the Inferno Dragon couldn't melt the Queen, but goes ahead, rages, uses a poison, and pops the Queen ability to make sure that the Queen does not get obliterated, and the Queen is off to a strong start. And look at that Pirate Queen go, Judo.
She's doing incredible, isn't she? And it was a really controlled attack there. It can be very difficult. We've seen in previous qualifiers the Archer Queen even go down because of the Inferno Dragon on defense, trying to set up the funnel. But with the cannon and the gold mine, it could cause the Queen to walk around here, Bash. This is definitely not what Unic wanted.
Yeah, I think he was wanting to get that Queen inside right here, and she is not going to come back. Going to try to cut her off with the miners, but she did not go in. If she would have went into that compartment, she would have had that single target Inferno. She would have easily been able to reach the Eagle Artillery, but going to have to do his best to cut the Queen off and push her back in, but she's going to get stuck on a wall. Oh man, very unfortunate not to get the Queen into that compartment. Here comes that Grand Warden's Eternal Tome as the Hogs and Miners are working through the bottom portion of this base. Nothing is going for that scatter shot, and the Royal Champion got obliterated by the single. Oh my goodness, Judo, all the Miners and Hogs are starting to path around the outside of the base here.
Yes, as you mentioned, he had to try and send them in early to help protect the Queen, but the issue was, without the Queen being in the compartment with the single and the Eagle nearby as well, it meant the Miners and Hogs had just too wide of a spread, so he didn't get the DPS, which is the damage per second, which you normally would with all of the troops working together. So Chang Dance, they will be happy to have the opening 3-star on the scoreboard, but definitely not the percentage that they would have wanted for their second attack.
Right, and again, we're going to work on as many percentage points as possible. Yes, they are in the advantage, but all it takes is one attack from HC Family, and we could be back to even, and HC Family could even be in the lead here with this low 70% attack here from Unic. Definitely not what was planned. That Queen needed to get into that compartment, and with her walking around, that was just absolutely devastating. We got a few archers here trying to get this last percentage. When I mean every percentage point counts, guys, every percentage point counts. We're going to wait these 5 seconds. Let these archers take down the gold storage. Oh my goodness, they don't get it, Judo. Oh man, just short of getting that extra percentage point. Oh, those poor archers, they were trying their hardest.
Oh, they were pretty close, but you're right, Bash. You will be surprised how many times, especially within the 5 versus 5 wars, how a single building can determine the war. I've seen it. I've seen it in rounds of multiple wars where a single building has been the difference maker.
Yeah, and that's why it's very important to make sure if you see a free building, try to get it out. That one was so close to going down. Still so devastating, that Queen walking out. I thought she had a small chance to turn back into the base, but that cannon and gold mine just kept pulling her outside and pulled her around. And With the hybrid, you want to get that nice tight alleyway so that the Hogs and Miners can go straight through the middle of the base. And we kind of saw, since we didn't have that nice tight alleyway, they kind of strayed to the outside of the base, allowing those scatter shots to do massive damage to them as they were trying to work through. Just a little bit of an underwhelming attack there from Chang Dance.
Yes, not what they wanted, but you mentioned earlier, Bash, that now HT Family, if they were to get the 3-star, would overtake them on percentage because they got the higher percentage in their opening attack. It still would be pretty close, but let's see what they can do with 8 super archers.
Wow, super archer attack with golems here, Judo. It looks like we're going to have a walk of some kind. It looks like a warden walk to start us off into golems and super archers. The latest new addition to the game, the super archer taking up 12 camp space compared to the 1 camp space of the regular archer. But these little ladies can shoot for distance and their arrows will pierce through any buildings that they hit. So be really interesting to see. It looks like we're going to try to warden walk out the town hall, which is massive. Anytime you can get the warden to take down the town hall to start the attack, that's going to be huge. This is going to allow those archers to not have to deal with that Giga Inferno, and then we'll have a nice push through the middle of the base. I'm really interested to see how this one develops here, Judo.
Yes, I am as well, and it does appear that the base does look quite linear in its setup, so hopefully the archers, when they do get into the base, can actually reach a number of buildings. It's not like they are moved around and that they're going to miss a lot of them. You can see how they could actually move through and reach, for example, the Inferno Tower next to the Queen from firing the scatter shot, and that is the area that Fire is going to be attacking from. Here we go.
Yeah, here comes all of those super archers. We do have the King and the P.E.K.K.A. throughout the bottom side of the base, and those super archers, look at them taking down that scatter shot from the outside walls right there. Raged up, they do massive amounts of damage, and the nice thing about the super archers is not only are they going to target all those buildings, but they'll help the Queen out with those lava pups. And look at this, Juno, we have Valkyries coming out of the clan castle. That's not something you see often either. This is a really unique attack here from Fire of HT Family. We do have a lot of action here in the middle of the base. Those Valkyries going to run out in front, deal massive amounts of damage. Archers trying to get these buildings down. Judo, here comes that Royal Champion from the bottom side.
Well, it worked out beautifully, Bash. The Valkyries ran in front of the super archers and actually set off a bunch of giant bombs, but unfortunately, the Inferno Towers have been able to reach these super archers. But with the Royal Champion's ability, the Queen's ability, it is not over yet. He still has a freeze spell as well. It will all come down to the single target Inferno. It gets frozen, but there's nothing there to take it out.
Judo, this is so close. That Royal Champion just not able to reach the single. The Queen did have to pop her ability from that single target Inferno. The baby dragon goes down. That baby dragon would have been massive amounts of help in there, but the Queen is going to get in range of the single. It's going to be on the Warden to take that single target Inferno. The Queen gets out of range here. If she can come back somehow, Judo, this might triple. Judo, I think this is going to get there. The Queen's going to be protected. Oh no,
guys will distract the troops.
Judo time.
Oh my word.
No, it was so
an attack. But it's 99% Banks.
Fire from HT Family must be screaming at his device right now. Cannot believe it. A 99% 2-star. And reinforcing what Judo said, creative attacks, pulling these kinds of things out of the bag and taking chances in the qualifiers is what gets you through. What an incredible performance and such an unfortunate turn of events here, Judo.
Oh, he nearly got it. So close. And the creative attacks is something that we have to mention. It's not what we see, definitely not a traditional attack, and it nearly worked out.
Yeah, that was, I was rooting for that attack. Something we don't see a lot of. We don't see golems being used, let alone with the brand new Super Archer. That last Inferno was so close, Judo, so close. Oh, the devastating 99%. But Chang Dance has to take advantage of that. And Judo, we're seeing one of what I consider an old school attack here, a classic bow witch. We got golems, bowlers, and witches in here. We do have a quake, a quad quake to open up the base, and a jump spell to get through the middle, but I think this is a more traditional kind of old school type of attack.
Yes, it's definitely interesting. I'm intrigued as to why he used the jump spell on the outside and not the earthquake in the middle, because he could have potentially got some damage onto the town hall here as well. Nonetheless, the funnel is set. He has a huge amount of troops charging in towards the town hall, and this is going to be an interesting one, Bash.
I agree. I was curious. I thought that the Inferno or the Earthquake should go out in the middle as well, but wanted to make sure those troops all get in there. And there's a nice wide funnel set, which we're seeing here. That Town Hall goes down for that first star. The Hound and Inferno Dragon going down as well. Just got to deal with those pups. And look at this. We got the World Champion up top with some Golemites, some Bowlers and Witches, and then we got tons of Bowlers and Witches down on the bottom side. That scatter shot's going to be devastating, but the Queen's going to step up and take it down. Just got to get through that Royal Champion and the scatter shot on the bottom side, or the top side rather. Scatter shot goes down. Judo, this has got a shot here. We got Hogs out of the clan castle. Queen still has her ability, still has some cleanup troops and a balloon. This is looking really good with the classic Bow Witch.
It looks really good. He has obliterated this base from one side to the other. A nice clean sweep. Bowlers and Witches to the bottom of the base and the top. The Archer Queen moving through the center. And that is it. With 1 minute left, Tian has done this. He is a landscape designer. He enjoys badminton, diving. He is even an expert at Clash of Clans, as you can see, pulling in the second 3-star for Nishang Dance. What a commanding lead here, Bash.
Look at all of those skeletons from the witches. That base was smashed. That 99% is going to be even more devastating now. Oh my goodness, HT family has to respond with their next attack. But that was just such a classic attack, using the Bowlers and Witches along the outside to make sure this base just went down in an even layer throughout. Man, I love seeing those old school attacks kind of being reinvigorated here at Town Hall 13. And I think the one thing we didn't really see a ton or notice really as that attack was going on, those Hogs out of the clan castle did some massive damage, securing the 3-star there. Wow, Judo, what an attack. Lots of pressure on HT's next attack as ICU is going in with a hybrid here.
Lots of pressure indeed. How important is that single target Inferno that we seen earlier? Now, ICU is the only player of HT family who has actually been to a qualifier before, and his entire team voted him as their best player. So there is a lot riding on it here. And he's starting out with the Archer Queen down towards the Town Hall. Already has the Clan Castle troops pulled.
That's right, we got the Clan Castle troops out. The Queen is going to be held up a little bit here on the archers, but the difficult part here, and we've seen this a ton, is getting the Queen to go into that one little opening right there. We have a one wall compartment opening, and we see headhunters, more archers coming out. Gonna have to get that poison down on the headhunters so they don't damage the Queen. Uses the freeze to be safe. I think he could have been safe, or could have been fine without using the freeze there, as the Queen took down most of those headhunters. But he's got to try to get this Queen into this compartment to get that Town Hall down. It looks like we got the King and the Siege Barracks coming in. Perhaps we'll see the P.E.K.K.A. come in and take out that Town Hall. The King should path in there as well. And here comes everything going towards that Town Hall compartment. Judo?
Yeah, the healers were in range of the air defense, quickly adapted with a couple of Hog Riders. Also did the same when the Clan Castle troops actually weren't fully lured, which I had mentioned. And you can see the experience of ICU here. Grand Warden's ability perfectly timed through the Town Hall. He's got that little gap for the hybrid to move through, but the scatter shots towards the back end of the base look very dangerous to me, Bash.
Yeah, those scatter shots are always a huge factor. Not to mention we have the Eagle artillery raining in shots as well. So lots of splash damage coming in, and those troops are going to have a hard time getting through here as that Royal Champion held up some of the miners. We do have a Headhunter, but the Headhunter gets taken out in one shot there by the World Champion, and we're seeing just that. The scatter shots and Eagle artillery way too powerful on the back end of this base. The Queen just did not cooperate, it seemed. It seemed like he was trying to push that Queen maybe into that Inferno compartment, but she came back down to the Town Hall compartment, and everything kind of clumped together and wasn't able to get that much value out of that Queen walk. So this one's going to look to be another 2-star here as we have the King. The Queen still has her ability, but we're also running low on time of 45 seconds. Can she withstand this barrage of these bows?
Well, it's going to be tough. Either way, they can try and push the percentage, but HT family, are now falling behind. Nishang Dance with 2 3-stars on the scoreboard already. That means HT Family are likely to have to go perfect in their next 2 attacks.
Yeah, definitely going to need some massive attacks there. That one just falling a little bit short with an 88% 2-star on that hybrid.
Yes, an 88% 2-star for HT Family. Unfortunately, slipping back. A bit of a regrettable attack there because, yes, like you said, Nichang Dance have solidified their place right here, right now, because 2 triples. And, you know, it did start to look at the beginning like Nichang Dance were taking that same path that Hagura Metal did in that previous war, you know, opening up really strong and then slipping down with, 71% 2-star. But you know what? They've just come back hammering, and Tian pretty much put his hand down on that base and just wiped it clean, Judo.
He certainly did, and now we have GYY attacking. Now, Nishang Dance did qualify via the ESL play, which means you only have your team of 5. They can be perfected. They beat a lot of popular teams, Resistance, who we've seen in the first qualifier, and one of the Tribe teams as well. So they've got the talent, and we are seeing it straight away here, Bash. Are we going to see a third 3-star?
Well, setting up nicely here with the Queen charge. A lot of times with this Yeti Smash, you'll actually see a Warden walk, but we have the Queen walking here to start this one off. But the Queen's going to get massive value, taking out the Clan Castle troops. We have saw the Lava Hound and the Inferno Dragon, and we see this a lot here lately, with the King comes in with a few witches to kind of support him and just get extra value. And we're going to have all of those Yetis working in towards the single Inferno. Nice free spell on that single to ensure that it doesn't take the Queen down, make her pop her ability, and she should be able to get right in here and take out the Town Hall. And the jump spells coming in to allow those bowlers and Yetis to get over towards those scatter shots. Nice free spell to get that Town Hall down. There we go. Queen gets the Town Hall, but it looks like the Yetis and bowlers kind of going around the outside here, Judo.
They are, which means the jump spell is not going to provide the value. Look at the Expos raining damage on the Queen. He has to press the ability, but with 2 scatter shots, 3 Expos, he doesn't have the force through the middle of the base. She is doing a valiant effort, placing rage spells to try and help. Is GYY going to turn this around against the odds? Sends in the Royal Champion as well. What an adaptation here, Bash.
This Queen is dealing massive amounts of damage. She has to get through that Royal Champion. She gets through there. The scatter shot goes down from the Royal Champion. Queen gets through all of those bows. Oh my goodness, this is looking like it has a shot here. The single is going to be the issue here, but we do still have Yeti up. We have a Witch up. We just need the Royal Champion to get this single target Inferno down. Oh, she gets burnt up as those skellies kind of pop out there. Oh, this is so close, but this is exactly what Nishang Dance needs. They don't necessarily have to triple. They just got to put up some really good percent attacks because they're already in the lead as far as percent goes, and they have essentially that 2 attack lead here, having those first 2 3-stars in this war. That 99% going to come back and be devastating for HC Family. Can the Warden be smart here and take out the Inferno here, Judo?
Yeah, with the Yeti as well. We might see the Yeti Mites getting to the single, and there it goes. We are going to see a third 3-star by Nishang Dance, and that is now a commanding lead. What an attack, coming right down to the wire. The Headhunter on the outside of the base, MVP to help with cleanup. Fantastic stuff.
I was worried when that Warden wasn't shooting the Inferno. I was worried it might go down, but had just enough in there to take down that Inferno. And another 3-star. That one did not go to plan at all. Was trying to get the Yetis and bowlers to go into the middle of the base and accompany the Queen. But the Queen said, I got this, guys. You go around the base. You handle your business. You take out that Eagle. I'll take out all the bows, the scatter shots. We got this. World Champion, come help me out. And it was a nice 3-star there. Exactly what Nishang Dance needed to put the pressure on HC Family. HC Family, they're just going to try to hold their heads high here in these final 2 attacks. Remember, they're not out of it. This is not an elimination match, so they'll still have a chance, but Nishang Dance living up to the hype, living up to their reputation. HC Family coming in now with another Yeti attack. We got Yeti bats here, Judo.
Yes, well, we've seen some pretty creative attacks from HT Family, and in their interview on the COC Esports Twitter page, they mentioned that they all wanted to enjoy this. They are in the World Championship qualifiers. They just want to grab it with both hands and enjoy it, and that's probably where we're seeing the creative attacks. But like you said, the previous month's teams that have both won through the losers bracket. So even if HT Family lose this war, they can certainly come back. Starting out with that Grand Warden walk for this one, remember it's around about a minute that we typically see, so we should be seeing the troops. Here they come, Bash.
There we go. We got the King just setting the funnel on the bottom side, and here come all the Yetis. Here come the bowlers, and here comes the Pirate Queen. Yo ho ho, going right through the middle of the base. The King does get in range of that single and gets burned up, and we see that blimp coming in to take down the Town Hall as we push those Yetis through. Warden ability gets popped to make sure that that blimp gets all the way to the Town Hall. Also going to protect the bowlers and the Yetis through the middle of the base. Looks like we had a bunch of sneaky goblins out of that clan castle to take that Town Hall down with ease, and now we just got to get that Eagle artillery down. Eagle goes down, and we just got a few defenses on the back end, but one of those defenses is the all-so-powerful Scatter Shot, Judo.
Yes, well, he still has all of his bat spells, 3 free spells, and the Ice Golem. So whilst there does look like a lot of defenses here, it might still happen, because we've seen earlier on in the stream, it's all about taking out the core and the splash damage and allowing the bats to do the rest. He is being incredibly patient on the deployment of them spells, Bash.
And may have been waiting to find the tornado trap, which he just does right there. That way the bats don't get caught in the tornado trap, because that can severely weaken them and even damage them to the point of no repair. But look at that, another wizard tower goes down. The bats are going to come right in on this scatter shot. This one's going to be absolutely crushed here, Judo. 3 freeze spells should be enough to get through that wizard tower with no problem. Does have the queen up that'll target the bats, but we lost a few bats. But the main portion was over to the side, so still plenty of bats to get through here. Royal Champion's going to get through. Another freeze spell on the heroes, and this one is crushed. Jinmu finally finding the pay dirt with the 3-star here. That's exactly what HC Family needed. Build up that momentum for that next round. Didn't quite make it happen this round, but get that momentum on their side for that next one.
A great performance right there from HT Family, managing to secure that triple. But obviously, as you can tell, it's just not enough. Chang Dance already taking home 3 triples, and so HT Family are not going to be able to claw that back. That 99% 2-star must be a bit of a stinger now, Judo.
Well, indeed, and I guess it could still be mathematically possible, but highly unlikely. However, we did see some brilliance again by HT Family there. The creativity of waiting with the bat spells so long to then deploy them on the scatter shot really paid off for him in that attack.
Yeah, lots of patience on that one. And sometimes that's the best way to approach an attack where you're using bat spells, is be patient. Let that kill squad work and do its thing, and then let the bats just come in and clean up the rest of the base. And it looks like we got Sue coming in for Chang Dance here. Just really needs a solid 2-star, and we're going to use that Queen Charge Hybrid, looking to jump the Queen in here, playing it safe. No super wall break. Just jump that Queen right in here. Looks like we had the sneaky Goblin selected for the Super Troop, but that Queen should have no issue getting the Town Hall down to secure the 1st-star, and also going to pull out the Clan Castle. We got Headhunter, some Archers, a Lava Hound in there. The Queen's just got to get those guys down, and then she'll have a free reign on the Town Hall. Set that funnel, send the Hybrid in, Judo.
It sounds as simple as that, but it never happens in my attacks, Bash. Well, if you want anybody to finish off on Chang Dance, you want their leader, Sue, taking down the Town Hall straight away. That will secure the 12th star, which means it's all about percentage at this point. They just need to make sure they get the high enough percent, and HT Family would not be able to catch up. Again, being very patient on the Queen Walk, as you mentioned, coming back out to the side of the base, helping to try and set up that pathing for the Hybrid. And I see the King and Siege Barracks used to the 6 o'clock area, which now allows the Hybrid to come in from 9.
That's right, the Hybrid's going to come in from the 9 o'clock. That King and Pekko do their best to kind of set that funnel and push the hybrid through the middle of the base. Looks like the queen got the enemy queen down. They're going to be working right into that scatter shot and that multi-inferno. We do have that eagle shot coming in as well. No warden ability used right there through all of that splash. Here comes that warden's ability finally now, and we're almost at that 2-star, which is all Chang Dance needs here as a good 2-star to secure the victory and move them on to the next round tomorrow. But you know that Stu wants to go for the 3-star judo. You know we're not just going for safe 2 stars out here. We want 3 stars.
I know for sure he is. But as you mentioned, the 2-star comes in. That is Chang Dance taking the victory and moving on. But in terms of the 3-star bash, he still has a lot of minors. He still has a freeze spell. He could still get this.
That's right. Only the single Inferno could be an issue here, but with the amount of miners, I guess the splash damage there too, the Wizard Tower taking down some of the miners, but we have that freeze spell. If that Royal Champion can get in there and take down that single Inferno, I think this one's going to be secured for the 3-star as well. Chang Dance. Oh my goodness, the World Champion went around. I thought she would go for the Inferno, but I think there's still enough up here that it shouldn't matter.
20 seconds. They have to move back to the single bash, and they're going to have to go all of the way up. It looks like the troops stay together. They don't split. I don't think he's going to be too devastated. Chang Dance take the victory, but a very good attack and helps to keep their confidence incredibly high.
97% 2-stars, super respectable. I thought for sure the Royal Champion would go in and target that single Inferno. I thought it was all but a lock there, but the Royal Champion proving me to be a fool. But 97% 2-star, like that's an amazing way to finish off the war. 13 stars for Chang Dance. HC family gonna do their best. Again, like I said, build up that momentum, get your confidence up moving into the lower bracket. They will play again a little bit later on today, so you want to make sure you have that confidence. You don't want to go down, moping and all sad and devastated. Go in with your head held high and get the victory in that next matchup. We're going to have us another hybrid attack coming in here. We got the Queen Charge, Pirate Queen charging in to this compartment right here. Looks like we zapped out. Was there an Inferno
Expo and an Inferno Tower, yeah. A single target Inferno, which is always good when you're then sending in a Queen Charge, because it means you don't have to freeze it, you don't have to use your Queen's ability through it. So a very nice choice, and again, getting the Expo is huge value. It keeps the damage off the Queen, and that means you don't have to use as many spells for the charge either. We do have Headhunters coming across, though. We know how dangerous they can be, but the Queen is dealing with them. No problem, Bash. And in comes the hybrid to the Town Hall. Beautiful start.
The Queen did not even need a rage to get those Headhunters down. And look at this. The Hound goes over, and the Royal Champion's going to end up popping the Hound. But the Hogs and Miners took that Town Hall down with ease. Got a nice funnel along this middle section here. Got the Hogs and Miners working through. Just got to get towards that Eagle. We've seen this time and time again where the Eagle is one of the last remaining defenses, and it deals so much damage. And it looks like that's what we're seeing here. The Eagle paired with that multi-inferno, just too much for the hybrid in the middle of this base. Now the King's gonna mosey on over and deal some damage to the Royal Champion, and it's all up to the Queen. This one faded so fast, Judo. It was looking so good, and then everything just kind of disappeared on us. Looks like we had double giant bombs going off. Just a devastating attack there in the middle.
Yes, there were a lot of traps to the bottom, and the Teslas as well started pulling the troops to the outside, and again just losing that momentum. HT family not quite able to finish off strong as we mentioned, but you said it before, Bash, we will be seeing them later on today. So if you have enjoyed their creativity, which I know I have, be sure to stick around, because we will be seeing them in action later on today as well.
That's right, and the pressure will be on that attack, but we've said this time and time again as well. All of the people that have qualified, all the teams that have won their golden ticket have came from that bottom bracket. So maybe they're going advanced strategy, 200 IQ moves here. Okay, probably not. Let's be honest. No one wants to lose their first war, but they shouldn't, be too disappointed, because they still have a shot. Still anyone's game here for that golden ticket to get to the World Championship. They did have a decent showing here against Chang Dance, just fell a little bit short. That 99% was such a heartbreaker. They really weren't too far off on a few of these attacks. So, clean up a few things here, make those adjustments, and move into that next round. Queen, look at that Queen, Judo. She cleared up almost like 30% of the back end of this base.
Yeah, well, like you said, they've got a lot of 3 stars, and their percentage is incredibly high as well, right up into the 90s. So a brilliant showing by HT Family Banks.
Yes, ISK from HT Family with a valiant effort and just a really unfortunate turn of events because Chang Dance just soar into the winners bracket tomorrow, so they will have that easier momentum going into tomorrow and a truly outstanding performance under some pretty high pressure situations. Look at that graphic flying across the screen. That just looks awesome. So we're going to have a quick look at the stats of that war, but yes, like we said, Chang Dance bringing home, 3 triples and 97% 2-star. Look at that, 13-11 bash.
Yeah, very dominant performance from Chang Dance, and that's what we've seen throughout the qualifiers.